it's not easy, but it's just because, and plus they were using my wife, so many times to cook, which I think was cute, but they were using my wife because they didn't want to be by themselves, and then me, I was working, so I couldn't go, so they were going them three sometime out and everything. So my wife had to tell me I'm going with them and everything. I'm like, yeah, come on. So no, that. I think that was cute. The way I found out. I mean, I had like some doubt, but I didn't really talk about it. But that was cute, I think, and I was super happy for them. And then they decided to go separate way. They do, they became such a close friend that I love them both, and I wish them like all the happiness in the world. And if it's together, it's together. If it's not, it's not. At the end of the day, just do whatever makes you happy.
Do you think that there's any chance they would get back together?
As far as I can make a statement like this. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's their uh, their position right now. I know there was that just was such a like a powerful and strong relationship they had. So when they decided to go separate ways, were like pretty hard. So I don't know where are they now. So I'm not gonna make any statement about it.
Well, everyone who watches this show would like them back together, like tonight.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I see that, and I love them together, and it was so fun. And then when we went to Italy, we were like together, and that was so much fun. But yeah. Oh wait,
What can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, but I
Oh,
don't know. Oh yeah, you hear?
you can hear me, right? Because I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear you. Well, I was gonna say you said you watched the season and you said like, okay, well, like Christine went a little crazy. That might be like an
yeah.
understatement. Like, did anything I mean, did you know what was coming? I mean, I'm assuming you're married to Mary. She would tell you things that would happen in the office.
Yeah, I didn't even know everything, because, like I said, we don't get to see Mary. And also, I mean, also, Mary keeps a lot for her, and then sometimes when she comes home, she vents. But I think sometimes we also like to not talk too much about it, because we're already living it. So sometimes when we go home, we like to have a little break from it. Obviously, always give my support to my wife, and will always. But I knew a little bit, but not every single details, I would say.
Was there anything that you saw Christine do this season as you watched that shocked you?
Mm, as dumb as it sounds, all right? As dumb as it sounds, I think there's so many that I can't even think about, like one especially. I don't know if there's one that was like, wow. It's just because it's an accumulation of things that, it's been happening, that I'm like, really, like, it's like and the thing is, like, and that's why also sometimes it's hard for people to understand why are all the girls writing that way. Is because there's so much things going on outside of the show also, with the press and everything, that we know about it, but not everyone knows about it, right? And so these whole things accumulated, at the end of the day, like, get to a point that girls don't want to deal with that anymore. So the man looks like, oh, but why are they overreacting? No, there's no overreaction. It's just because there's this whole part of things that no one especially knows about it, that happened, that we all know about it, that at some point the girls like gets over it. So
There is a lot of the press. The press is a part of the show. It's a part of like every reality show these days. It's like
exactly.
it really is.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, people, unless they look for it and they search and everything, they don't know about all the details of who said what to who and why. You know what I mean? So unless you're like, sir, like one of the biggest fan, and then follow every single article of like everything, the whole cast of Selling Sunset, which you might know about it, it's gonna be hard for everyone to follow, which is totally fine. But that's why after the problem is like the way, like, when they say like, the girls are bullying Christine, I'm like, give me a break, dude. I'm like, they're not bullying anyone. So
That is what they said. And yeah, I mean, like it's my job to follow, so I follow. But you're right. Like for most people, if it doesn't happen on the TV, it could be in print so many times.
yeah,
It's you don't catch everything. You just don't because you're
exactly,
not looking
exactly.
for it.
Yeah. Even me as a cast of Selling Sunset, right? As a cast, as the husband of one of the main cast, I don't even know everything about it. So if I don't know and I'm part of the show, people that it's not even like that, just fan that watch the show, how they can know about it? You know what I mean? But I'm not looking for it either. Some of the fans actually look for it, but it's a whole things.
Did you yourself, because I mean, I really can't remember, like, even though I mean, here I am telling you I know everything, but I really don't. Did you yourself really have any problems with Christine? Like, I know Mary does and the girls do, but like, you had issues with Davina. Like, did you and Christine even have like a lot of interaction, or like, did you have issues with her?
Back
Just
in the days, when Mary was living with her, I was there a lot, and I actually had a great relationship with Christine. I was going to like so many times on the morning, Starbucks in pajamas together, like going to get coffee and everything. So we had a great relationship. But then after when we Mary moved out and then we moved together, and then after the show started and everything, we saw like the things going separate ways and everything. And then after, since May took like the side of Chrishell, because Christine felt like she like betrayed us, so she just took the right side. It wasn't like, it's not, but yes, you're my friend, but if you fucked up, you fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take your back because you fucked up. Me, the first one. If one of my close friends fucked up, I'm gonna tell you fucked up, bro. I mean, like, chill. I'm not gonna, take your defense because you're my friend. If you fucked up, you fucked up. And then Christian at that point was just new and then didn't do anything, want to marry and everything. So it's not like, she has any reason to. And so I think that's the all things that create the bridge. And then after it keeps going and going and going. And then after this, all the other person that came, the other cast member that came in and then just create like a bigger bridge, and then to a point that all the girls on one side and Kristen on the other. So it's like, but for them it's like her mostly that create that bridge and make it so long. So
it is. But right, like I guess, well, if you had to spend a week alone on a deserted island and you could either spend it with Christine or Davina, who would you choose?
if I could make sure that that's the Christine that I knew back, oh, I'd take Christine all day long. Yeah, because Christina had actually good relationship with her before. You know what I mean? It's we didn't have anything between me and Christine so far, but I just take my side of my wife. You know what I mean? And it's not only taking the side of my wife. It's like all the things fucked up that she's been doing. That I know the truth, right? And everyone can see it, like saying stuff and lying and everything. This I will never agree. And plus, it's my wife, so all day long I'm gonna be behind my wife, right? So that's the things. But to me personally, there's nothing really that we didn't have an argument or anything like that. That Davina, at the end of the day, we never had any relationship, like really, we never like we be friends. So I wasn't like best friend with Christine, but I knew that I had like a okay relationship with Christine, like we were laughing and all the time and everything, but well, a long time ago. But
Well, this is why you're a good husband, because you take Mary's side. That's
of
how it
course.
should be. What about, I know you don't work at the O group, but I think Christine is fired. Is there anything you'd like to share with us? She's not on the website anymore.
I don't know all the details, so I'm not gonna go that way. But obviously, I mean, from just what I've seen in the show, anyone that's outside of the show, from what I've seen in the show and I heard from the show, it's hard to, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know if anyone can like make a point for her to be. No, I don't know what was the decision. And again, it's not because she's not on the group side that she's gonna be out of the show, because this decision by Jason and Mary to be for the group, but there's a decision from Jason and also the head of Netflix to decide about the show. So I have no idea what's the case yet. Uh, Obviously, she hasn't been much since then. So I never get to see her either at the office, regardless. But Yeah, I haven't. I try to not even especially talk about it, at home, like I said earlier. But no, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see why would she be. But still, the office after doing what I mean, me as a project manager, if one of my guys do something like that, obviously that will be like a no-brainer, right? So, but I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know. I can't make any statement about that. We'll have to wait because even me, I'm not sure.
And
But yeah,
like
obviously.
it is two different things, like you said. One is a Jason Mary decision, one is like a Netflix decision. Just because you're not at the O group, let's face it, we all know
Well,
if Netflix wants you as part of a TV show, whether you work there or not, you're going to still be part of the show.
that yeah, that's for sure. That's big things. After I know that they've been pretty strict also of the fact that you have to be a realtor and working at the Oppenheim Group to be part of the show at beginning. But now she's been, a main character since like 5 seasons now. So if we get picked up and if there's more and everything, then obviously there will be the one making the decision with Jason. But until that point, I don't know.
What about the fact that she didn't show up to the reunion and she says she has COVID and that there's pictures 2 days later? And
But that just keep adding to the stack that she's been doing, so obviously.
well, my prediction is that she is fired from the O group, and my prediction is that she is also fired from the show. I do not think she's coming back. That's
Uh,
my prediction.
there's many people I think the same way. After, like I said, I have no, and I swear to God, I don't even have any like actual like facts. So I don't know. Obviously, like I said, like yeah, many people feel that way. But again, the decision is not mine, and I haven't heard back from it so far. So I don't know.
And by the way, I'm just going to add a third thing in. My other prediction is she doesn't care. My other prediction is I don't even think she cares. I think she's like, see you all later.
So
See you,
that's
Netflix.
15.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I had a question because I was doing a deep dive and looking at all these great projects you were doing on your Instagram,
yep.
all these before and afters, looking at you at Coachella. I noticed this picture on your Instagram of you saying you're having a great night out with your boys, and it's you, and it's somebody else that works at the Oppenheim group, and then it's your other friend, Chris Humphries.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we like prepare here behind the velvet rope before we invite a guest on. So your friends Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
How do you know Chris Humphries?
So he's been friend with the twins for a while now. He's a good friend of one of the agents. His name is Peter, right? The guy that I was actually dating with Emma. He's an agent. And so, but they were playing basketball together. They were professional together. So I think that's how they met. Then after, obviously bringing him, so they met the twins. So sometime he was coming here in the intern, and then so I met him at first a long time when I started dating Mary, but he was a little bit like short, and then obviously, but I mean I'm sure he has it's been a while that he's been out there, so obviously probably a lot of people that talk to reach out to him and stuff like that. So at first it was a bit short, but when I think he saw that I was sticking around and everything, yeah, so we started talking more and everything, and now he became a good friend. Yeah.
I mean, did you know him back when he dated Kim Kardashian?
No, 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 no. To be honest with you, I had no idea who he was before I came to the US. So then obviously after I didn't even know, I swear to God, till this day, if no one told me that he was dating Kim Kardashian before, I didn't even know that was a thing. So
He doesn't, I mean, dating, married, divorced, the whole
yeah.
thing. You had
Mhm.
no idea of this.
No, 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 no. That was I think like a few years ago, like quite a bit. And then no, I didn't know him at that point. I wasn't even in the US. And obviously, when I met him, I didn't know. I can't remember how I ended up by getting to know it, but I found out, and then But I'm not gonna go to see, hey, bro, like what's up with Kim? I know it now, but I don't talk about it. And no, I don't get to see him more often because he's traveling a lot. But every time he comes in LA, he comes and say hi. And no, so far we've been having a great relationship. He's a super fun guy.
I just saw that. I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Are you the type that gets starstruck? Like, like I know I talked to Mary, she goes to all these award shows now. I imagine you guys do a lot of red carpets. Like, do you get
Yeah.
starstruck? Like when you live in LA? I mean, everyone's just a person, but you're meeting a lot of people. Like, I'm sure, do you ever meet
Yeah.
someone you're a
No.
fan of and just say, oh my gosh?
No. I mean, so far I haven't met it. I can think about. I mean, there's a few person that I would obviously love to meet.
Like
Now,
who? Who would you love to meet?
like big person I saw him at the award show, but the Rock, the Dwayne Johnson. I would like to meet him. One of my favorite comedian is Kevin Hart. I think he's so funny. I wouldn't get starstruck because I think I'm still a human, but I will
Mhm.
respect him a lot for who he is as a person, because obviously they've done like such a big things. But I think I would love to meet them to see if actually they are how I always imagine them as a person, not as an actor, or because people can be different, obviously. But yeah, him, I don't know. There's uh Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously, has always been like a big figure. One Yeah, there's a couple artists like this, like the Wonder Woman. I think she's super pretty also. But there's like a couple people like this, like Jason Statham also. I love, like, there's a couple like big name out there that I would love to meet. But it's more, yeah, to see if the image of the person that I always had is the same, and also because those person for me have accomplished such like big things and great things, and so I think there's so much to look up on them that I would love to meet them, just to meet the person, but also to just to listen to their past and experience and what they've been through, and maybe try to learn a little bit from it.
I think so too. It's like you want to meet them and you're just like so in awe of like what they've accomplished and how talented they are.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah.
like they're larger than life. They're still a
Uh-huh.
person. You're just like
Exactly. Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
talents you have.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else you want to cover? Like, I mean, I like to give people a chance at the end to bring anything else up. Season 6, I can guarantee you, is going to happen. So, maybe we're
Yeah,
going
I
to see
mean, if you
it's
can
going to.
tell me now, I hope we haven't. They've been they wait, to see how season 5 is doing and everything before we get like actually a pickup. So as of right now, everyone is saying, we hope it is happening. We don't have any statement yet, but hopefully, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, it was the number one show in the US and the number one show for Netflix in like almost every country. So I'm going to tell you that season 6 is happening. Okay. I don't work